We're going to be going over the main ways to create the perfect scenario, the win, and the win. Hi, I'm Dr. Zaino with Hero Fuel. In just a few minutes a day, we're going to fuel your mind, your body, and your future. So if you're joining us right now, live or not, just please comment below and say hello, where you're from, especially your location where you're from, just so you can see all these people that we're affecting across the world. Now, in today's lives, again, where do we build the credibility from? Just to let you know, it's coming from a good source. If you've never met me before, my name is Dr. Zaino. I won Mr. America, I won Mr. Universe, have one of the largest health and wellness practices in my profession's entire history. So I know a little bit about winning. And let me tell you, when you start to win, it becomes addictive. You can always get back there. But today's episode is going to be focusing on the extra step. It really is the new way of doing business, finances, relationships, and health in all ways around. And it's a unique way of looking at things. It's called the win-win-win scenario, right? Most of the times, good to see everybody. Hey, my mom's on. Hey, Lori Joe. Hey, Pete. Very seldom you get to hear, hey, we're always looking for a win-win scenario, right? It's a win for me. It's a win for you. We're good. But in today's society, the businesses and the companies that have taken things to a new level, literally innovating the way we live our lives, watch, is because they introduced one more. It's a win-win-win scenario. And it's very unique. It's tough to really get it because now you have three moving variables. But if we start to view our life and our health and our relationships and our finances and our business in this way, it is the new way of doing things where everybody benefits. For instance, a lot of times you see there's a win-win loss. That's why you always hear a win-win situation, because no one wants to address the loss. Someone's losing in a win-win situation. Let's do in the health industry or food, right? So soda, it's great soda. It's a win for Coca-Cola. It's a win for the investors, and it's a loss for the people. And it's a loss because it also creates environmental problems with plastics. If you ever see those pictures where there's like millions of plastic bottles floating in the water where they dump it. So see, that's a win-win loss. And everything we do, how can we say it's going to be a win for you, it's going to be a win for me, and it's going to be a win for the world? Let's talk about companies that are doing that. Let's look at Uber, right? So you have this company that comes along, and it's a win for them, right? It's a win for the drivers, and then it's a win for us. We save time. The standards of quality go up, right? Because remember when it was just the cab industry, and you might be saying, well, what about the cab industry? What about the limo industry? Like they're losing. Well, what's happening? They're only losing because of a more abundant model to do business. The win-win-win. See, back in the day, the taxis, they had unions, and they still have unions, and it's kind of a monopoly, right? If you wanted a taxi, you even say, we're going to get a taxi. So when the taxi shows up, they don't give a shit about what it smells like or how clean it is. And the thing is, they're kind of rude, right? We've all experienced that. And they might take the long route to get to a place. And it's like, wow. And you kind of you felt that experience saying, wow, listen, like this is just, but you always felt that like kind of, this is the best I could get. And we didn't have thousands of dollars to get a limo, right? And then you wouldn't get a limo like that. So when Uber comes along, they're like, listen, we developed a model. We don't want win-win. We want win-win-win. So it's going to be a win for the drivers. It's going to be a win for us, the people. And it's going to be a win for them as a company because they don't even have to have a car. Like, look at the model that they created. It's innovated because they really looked that there would be no loss. And the only reason why maybe the taxis or private services would lose is because now they have to either step up their game or they become extinct. It's an old way of doing things. So I think it's great. So now, and the other quality, so when you get an Uber, it comes really fast, and you have different levels to choose from. And no matter what the car is, when they show up, they have water bottles there, the service is high. Why is the service high? Because you're going to rate them. Think about that. They know they're going to get rated by you. And then the way the company does it is you need to maintain a high standard of excellence to even keep your privilege of driving for them. That sounds like a win-win-win, because why would they put that there? See, taxi drivers, they don't care like what you thought of their experience. Not maybe the company doesn't, but when Uber placed in there, like, listen, it's a win for us, it's a win for you, the driver, but we want to make it an amazing experience for the people. So to make that in check, we're going to have the people rate you. So now it's a win-win for everybody. So that's why, hey, would you like a phone charger? They have waters or any little thing. They're very nice to you. Do you understand the experience changes because it's a win, big W-I-N. Let's focus on this third win. And this is what's created an evolution of how people do business. Let's go to Airbnb, right? So that's a win-win-win again, right? Same model. They don't own any homes. It's a win to create capitalism for you and I to rent out our homes or to rent out a room. And then it's a win for us. Remember the hotel industry? We were looking at different hotels, and it might be $800-900 a night to stay at this hotel with your family. But then you could find a house that's beautiful for $500 a night. So it's win-win-win. And then, right, you go to the house because you're rating the house, right? When you're done, you're rating the experience. Oh, here's a free Xbox. Like we Airbnb one of our townhomes that's ski in, ski out. So knowing that it's a win for me because I get to rent out and create money that helps pay for, the mortgage on it. So it's just for holding the house, we're making money. Then the company makes money for giving us the opportunity to list it on there. And then as the owners, we realize we're going to get rated, our house will get rated. So we want to make it a great experience. So what we did is, I went and I bought a huge 85-inch screen TV. We put a video game cabinet, like the old days in the pizza parlor in there. I made sure I had an Xbox there filled with the works, for all the video games for the kids. And we made sure that we had all these little nice little things, extra things. Like during Christmas, we had a Christmas tree shipped in because they were staying over Christmas. So we want to make sure they had that experience. So we had a huge Christmas tree with all the ornaments shipped in. And then when they leave, we send them a great gift saying, thank you so much. And hey, we'll give you 10% off your next stay. So you see, I wouldn't be thinking like that if I knew I wasn't getting rated, if I knew they didn't have to have a good experience. So that's why it creates a win-win-win situation. So in our lives, we want to have win for us. And it's okay to put you first. Hey, listen, if you're going to go into something, is it a win for me? And when it's a win for you, you're going to make sure it's a win for them. And how's it going to benefit the world? So if you're liking this so far, please hit the share button, hit the like, comment below. And everybody else on here, like you see waves, hit some waves. I'm going to wave at you guys. Look, I'm waving. I'm doing all this in there. So please put your comments and questions. I'll answer that at the end. Let's see. So how does this relate to you? So let's think when it comes to your health, right? When you take care of your health, it's a win for you. It's a win for those around you. And then it's a win for the world because your health is now the baseline and foundation for your business, your productivity, everything you do, right? So, hey, that's something you want to put effort in because it's a win-win-win. When it comes to your health, if you don't take care of your health, that's a win-win loss because it's a loss for you. It's a win for the junk food company, right? And it's a loss for your family and productivity. So we don't want to do that. When it comes to your finances, let's face it. You notice now with all the online cryptocurrencies and everything like that, see, they're trying to take away the institutionalization of anything. So any institutionalization of anything creates a win-loss-win or win-loss-loss scenario. So in the banks now, back in the day, you used to get 6% just for a savings account. Now you got nothing. Now actually, the interest you make is actually you're losing money for putting your money in this area. So, now people are trying to become creative and take the bank out of it, right, to create a win-win-win situation. So what you do with your money? Do you just keep it on the mattress or you put it into something such as yourself that will create a return? Win-win-win. When it comes to work, a business, let's say you start a business and let's say you start a business, I'll use health again, and you have a service. And the service, when you provide the service, your intention is that this service is going to be a win for you, of course, because there'll be an equal exchange. It's going to be a win for that person, but also your service is something that doesn't destroy the resources or take away from someone else. So this win-win-win idea and scenario is coming from a pure abundant mindset, meaning when you have an abundant mindset or win-win-win philosophy, it means that if someone else is winning or something else is getting theirs or someone else is doing well, it's not coming out of your abundance. Follow? See, a scarcity mindset, which other companies do in competition, well, if you're getting yours, that means you're taking that money or that business from me. See, that's a destructive win-lose-win scenario. That's why all these companies, they kind of institutionalize and they try to monopolize and union. So basically they're like, hey, listen, they're okay with you losing, because if you're losing, they're winning. That's a horrible model. It doesn't work anymore. So that's why you see the banks, it's happening that way. Food industry, it's happening that way. Everybody's trying to pull out that middle person, that institutionalized type of way of doing things. So when you look at that, another thing, you have, let's say, what's a resource that's a win-win? Just think about it. Just think of all the things you could do. There's enough wealth and happiness for everybody. Absolutely. Alex put that right in there, 100%. So that's the way you're coming from, knowing that, hey. And then also what win-win-win does, it builds relationship capital. It builds loyalty, right? So relationship capital is probably the greatest capital you have. It's where when you know it's a win-win-win situation and values and ethics have to be adhered to and standardized, those ethics need to be there, and then it builds relationship capital. And that's huge because that builds that loyalty, that friendship, knowing that no one's losing at all right? Oil industry, let's look at oil and gas, and I'll kind of close with this story. And please really research this guy. Back in like the early 1900s, Nicholas Tesla, you always hear Tesla, so we hear the Tesla, the car. But let's talk about the man Tesla. So Tesla actually created and proven and did it and showed it was real, that he was able to power things without the expense of our natural resources. What about that? So just think about that. He was able to power things and provide electricity for free without exhausting the natural resources of the earth. When nothing suffered from that. J.P. Morgan, you can see this story, J.P. Morgan helped funded him, and Tesla was actually going to build this huge kind of plant thing with his technology that he knew, he was gifted, and literally he was going to use the earth as a conductor, so when he created this electricity or this current, as it went through the earth, it amplified, and so his theory was, I could actually create this and power the entire world, because the further this went out or conducted, China could get electricity for a little bit here, amplifies, and China could get electricity for free. So J.P. Morgan started to fund this. He got money from him. And when J.P. Morgan realized this was going to work, he shut it down. Nicholas Tesla's plant was burnt down, because he actually lived on top of the Waldorf Astoria. They destroyed it. His lab went on fire, and they discredited him so much. In fact, Thomas Edison came in, and he was used as propaganda to say his Tesla had AC/DC and something like that. There was a current where they tried to demonize him and destroyed him. He wound up dying in an apartment where he literally could touch the walls with each sides of his hands. And his only friend was a pigeon, if you read the story. So it's something that was done. But you see what happened with big gas, big oil, big companies. They said, holy shit, we can't meter that. We can't meter abundance. The fact that this guy has a technology using magnets or whatever he used is just genius innate. He could literally provide free current and free electricity and free power to the world. And to show that it wasn't a theory, he powered the entire Chicago World Fair for free. His creation, his technology, it powered the whole entire thing. So it was not something that was a theory, it actually happened. And it scared the oil, it scared the gas people, it scared the powers that be, and they shut him down. So you're thinking, well, how come someone didn't come along with the technology? I'm sure they did. Elon Musk is trying to do that again, and he's fighting these people. And so that's what happens, just to show you, in history, there was always... the way people did business, or the higher ups, there was always a loss for someone. There was always some resource or some person or some group would have to take a loss. But now in today's society, this is the new renaissance. This is the new renaissance when we have phone, where I could actually go to you guys. What we're doing right now, what am I doing? I'm broadcasting TV to you guys. The old radio, the old TV, so we could broadcast to each other. We could actually produce our own shows with no middlemen. Like, why would I go on TV where they're going to govern me and be like, no, you can't say this because this is our sponsor. So all these companies that really they know that there's a group that will be harmed in some way, shape, or form for their benefit. Now with the renaissance of what's happening today, we could literally shut those people down by having win-win-win scenario where everybody wins. No one has to suffer. We have total abundance and everybody could win, and this world could be a better place. And that is threatening and it's scaring, and now we're meeting resistance by those that are now going to lose everything they had because they had a malicious intention of knowing in the equation someone or something or some resource was going to have to suffer. So that's why when you go through your life today, see, what am I doing? How can I create this to be a win for me, a win for the person across from me, but then us combined creates a win for the world. Think about that. So if you appreciate this, please hit the like, please hit the share. Also knowing that, I know you might be watching this, but if you go to SoundCloud, Stitcher, iTunes, we have all of these in podcast form, plus our 5-minute fuels that we do. So you can listen to this again. So I'm going to go over some questions real quick. What's up, everybody? Good to see you. Hey, Rich. Hey, Pete. We'll go over here. Hey, Mom. Yes. Hey. I'm in my new studio here, and I put foam on the ceilings, and it's falling. Some of them. So, all right, guys. So any questions or comments, remember, if you're watching this on Instagram Live, there's a replay right there. DM me. All the DMs right there. I'll answer those questions immediately. I always do that. Plus, Facebook, if you're watching this not live, please comment below. I'll answer them. And I encourage you guys, comment or high five. How come I can't high five you guys anymore? Oh, here we go. I'm going to wave at you guys. Just wave and give people a high five. Okay, so we're talking about winning. I have something for you guys. If you go to IamHero.com, IamHero.com, if you go to that site, I'm going to give you for free a $400 course I made called 1 Month to Win, right? We're talking about winning, so it fits perfectly. So you go to that, it's 1 month to win. You actually get 5 videos a week on winning and having a winning mindset. And first, to get you from a scarcity, because we're trained to be in somewhat of a scarcity mindset, like, well, how about if I give all my secrets away? There's always enough. So it teaches us how to realize that we're winning every day and we really are surrounded by abundance. And in that 1 month time, in those 28 days, you'll realize that you're winning every day, that winning is now a characteristic and a habit in you. So if you just go to IamHero.com, sign and subscribe to that, and you'll be able to get that $400 course all on me. And please let me know how you're doing. So I appreciate you guys for everything you have done. Please hit the share. Please hit the like. Have an amazing day. And I will see you next week for Hero Fuel. God bless.